Hey there, everybody. Uh, Thank you for tuning in. I've been excited to do this. We will now be announcing the nominees for our 2020 festival season for the Chatham-Kent International Film Festival. Just to let you know how this list comes to be. We have 19 judges. So the judges will go through each submission and grade it. There's 10 different categories they graded on it for any kind of film project, and there is 7, I believe, for screenplay projects. So they'll go through and they'll grade it, and each one will come up with an average score at the end. Now, what we do is once all that's in, we have our 18 categories this year that we're giving out awards for. All 19 judges will send in their list of picks for each category. We then add up all the ballots. So if we had 6 people say one, 7 people said the other, and 3 people said the other, there's a top 3, and we have a winner, a second place, and a third place. If for some reason there is a tie, then what we do is we go back into the grades and look at the average score. And whichever average score is higher will get the award. So that's how our process works for this, just so everybody is on the same page. Now, as I said, we have 3 new awards for this year, just because some of the stuff that came in, you almost needed this category for those particular projects. So we'll start with one of the new ones, Best Animation, because we have had a lot of computer-generated cartoons and things like that come in. So we came up with this category. And again, these are the 3 nominees in no particular order. Okay, we have The Tiger with Grown Wings, which is from China, The Boy in the Mountain, which is from Spain, I believe. No, sorry, Chile, and Robert the Robot, and I believe that's from UK. And what I can't believe I didn't even do this. I did not write down where each of these is from, and I should have. And I apologize for that. Bear with me one second, because I do have a small list that tells me where most of these are from. So I will bring that up. But those are our 3 nominees for Best Animation. And like I said, these ones will be awarded on October 3rd. The screening will be at the Boonies Drive-In. And that night, probably just before we actually start screening, we are going to be having the awards. So everyone will know that night. We're going to, thanks, Jacob. We're going to look into live streaming it so that everyone can watch it no matter where they are. And yes, Robert the Robot is from England. Okay. So now I can go on to the next one. Our next category that's brand new is Best Costuming. And this one came about because of 2 particular features, or sorry, 1 feature and 1 short. And it's interesting because of all 19 judges, these were the only 2 to get votes. So they are our 2 nominees. And again, no particular order. It's Best Costuming for either Meadow Terry and Clotilde Farkas. And again, apologize if I say these names wrong. If at some point someone can let me know if I say them wrong and how to say them right, that's perfect. They are working on the film called Green Flake, which is from the US. And that's by a first-time filmmaker. And very good job. And the second one is for Deborah Clark from the short film New Woman, which is Canadian from the East Coast. I got to meet this gentleman, Benjamin Noah, actually, Let Us Blood in the Snow. It's at that film festival in November last year. I got to meet him, and he submitted for that. And then our 3rd new award for this year, and then this one means the most to me this year, just because of the name, really. But it's the Rob Herder Award for Physical Effects. And you've probably seen the video before where this one came about. A very good friend of ours, Rob Herder, passed this year. And to kind of honor him and his wife, who were a team that came to all of JX3's productions and did the vast majority of the effects, we have made this award for him. We have 3 of them. Sofia Volala from The Wicked Book, which is from Greece. There is Marc-Andre Dubois from The Collector, and he's from here in Canada. And a person unknown. They didn't list anyone for effects, but it's from a short film called Skin Deep from the US. Those are our 3 nominees for the Rob Herder Award, the very first year for that. Now, this is the one award that I really enjoy as well. It's the most promising individual, because what we do is we go through all of the projects. And if it's a first time, if it's a director, if it's an actor, well, sorry, everything's been actors so far. But if it's a first time person, or if they're shining in an area, say that they don't normally work, but they seem to be excelling, we want them recognized. And this is the first year that we actually have directors in here for most promising individual. So again, in no particular order, we have Toby Tony from Canada for Criminal PI. It was filmed in Windsor. We also have Aljore Al Darwish. Again, I hope I said that right. Which I believe, oh my gosh, I should have written this part down. I believe that is from Iran. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. No, it's Qatar. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's Qatar. And that is for the short film Shahab. And then finally, we have Mali Jr. Bonner, sorry. And he is from the movie Green Flake. And he is a first-time director along with Toby. And they just dropped some amazing work into our festival. So yeah, Mali Jr. Bonner and Toby Tony, 2 directors for the first time for Most Promising Individual. Then we have Best Actor Female. And again, you're going to notice how the judges, they pick different things. One of our nominees, Aljuri Al Darwish from Shahab. Then there is Jasmine Avalotis. And again, please forgive me. And she is from a short film called We Can't Breathe. That is from the US. And Rhiannon Morgan for a short film, again, New Woman, here in Canada. Then we have Best Actor Male. And the nominees that we picked out for that one are Jake Raymond from a feature film called Ashes, filmed here in Canada. Marc-Andre Boulanger for a film titled Mr. Grimm. And I believe that one I did not take out. I believe that one is England. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And then finally, Yahosh Bonner for Green Flake. And again, that is from the US. Best Documentary. This is always interesting because normally it's a submission under a short film, so we have to kind of guess sometimes. We fixed that for next year. But this year, these 3 just screamed documentary to us, and that's kind of why they fell under this category. So the nominees for Best Documentary are The Man with the Movie Projector, which I believe is Canadian. Street Sauce, Public Art in Waterloo Region, which is Canadian. And I'm now realizing Playing with Uranium, which, if I'm not mistaken, is also Canadian. So if I'm wrong there, I will post up notices. I was going to post this note as soon as I was done, but I'm actually going to go through and write down the country of origin for each project. That way everybody knows. We do have our best web series. We had 1 entry. So I'm not going to name nominees because literally if I name the nominee, I name the winner. So we will not name anything for that until the night of. Now we have Best Screenplay Short. And this is the part that of the nominees that of the submissions that I like, where we actually do screenplays. And some of the stories have just been incredible. And this year was no exception. It was so hard to pick. Like literally these 3 were just barely above the 4th and 5th. And for these ones, we have Bernie, written by Fred Perry, which I believe is US. What Comes After by Nicholas Jennings, which I know is US. And Your Move by Dar Reitknecht. Reitknecht? If I say that, sorry, Dar, correct me if I'm wrong. And he is also from the US, if I'm not mistaken. Those 3 short stories are really, really good. Then we have Best Screenplay Feature. And this one, again, was very narrow. I honestly think they only beat each other by 1 vote. So nominees for Best Screenplay Feature are Grey Ladies Down by Abby and Mickey's Dueling Trolley Tour. I love that name. Review by Jonathan Zarantanello. There we go. I hate the English language. And then finally, The Crossing by Fred Perry. So we will be announcing these winners again October 3rd. Best Music Video. Interesting submissions this year, and you'll kind of notice because they're all over the board. We have Marborn saxophone, which is it's almost like a polka. It's so entertaining. Then we have Burnt Streets, which I like. It's got a kind of rock edge, but the video is all about everything going on in the countries today. And then finally, Counting the Days, which is a really cool classic type video where you have someone singing in a story playing in the background. So 3 different music videos, but they're all nominated. Now, the next 2 are kind of newish. They're from last year, but we've modified them, and we actually have a sponsor for that because a really good friend of mine this is what he does. It's audio theater, and he basically creates these things. So he got a hold of me and wanted to help with the festival. So it's like, not a problem. So you will notice that the winners of these 2 will get a $75 US for the winner from our sponsor. And that sponsor is Design Sound Productions, Inc. And again, if you look into that, he has done some amazing work. Alice in Wonderland, The Geminis Conspiracy, which, oh my God, if you get a chance to listen to that, is so good. But yeah, he is our sponsor for that particular one. So for the next 2, Best Sound Design goes to, nominees are Enes Ahmet Kecheniga. And again, apologize. Please, if I'm wrong, correct me. And that's for the Wicked Book. Jeff Younghusband from New Woman. And this one had nothing listed from England as Robert the Robot. There was no credit for the sound design. Then we have Best Score. And Best Score nominees are Jonathan Keith for Green Flake, Jose Miguel Miranda and Jose Miguel Tobar for The Boy in the Mountain, and Spencer Cregan for Ashes. Again, I'm going to be posting this list with the countries of origin, so I'm not even going to try anymore. Okay. Then we get to Best Editing. And this is always a tricky one to pick because if editing is done right, you will never notice it. If it's done wrong, you notice it right away. And in both of these cases, in most of these cases, one of them for sure is seamless, and the other 2 just had little things added that made it interesting in the edit. So for Best Editing nominations are James Campbell, Travis Turcotte, Joey Schlapasi, and Schlapasi? Yeah, I'm sure I said that. Let me know if I'm wrong. And Ben Sorokas for the Major Miracle feature. Then there is Derek Glenn for The Man with the Movie Projector. And then Sarah Louise Bates for Mary. And I think that's how that's pronounced. Mairi. And that's from England. Best Cinematography. This is one of my favorites because it is what you see through that lens. It's how the DP, the director of photography or the cinematographer, whichever you want to call him, frames it, how he puts together the image that you see. And these 3 were so well done. David Lazier for Mr. Grimm, Troy Mayer for the New Woman, and Rachel Aoun for Shahab, and Aoun, and Aoun, I think it is. And then we come up to the final 3. Best Director, and this is always a tricky one to pick because it's not just features, it's shorts. It could be documentaries, it could be music videos. It just depends on the direction. So it's always tough to pick this one. But for our nominees for Best Director are Atefi Ramani for The Changing Room, which I believe is from Iran, Amal Al-Mufada from Shahab, and Benjamin Noah from New Woman, which I know is Canadian. And for our final 2, Best Short Film nominees are The Changing Room, which I believe is Iran again, New Woman from Canada, and Anagrosis, which I think is from Spain. I believe that's the one from Spain, but I'll double check. And then finally, our Best Feature Film nominees are Seeking Oblivion from Canada, Green Flake from the US, and Ashes from Canada. So those are all the nominees for the second annual 2020 Chatham-Kent International Film Festival. And like I said, these awards will be given out on October 3rd at the drive-in. What we'll be doing is I am going to get a live stream set up just like this so that we can live stream it on Facebook, on YouTube, whatever you like to look at. That way, wherever you are in the world, you will be able to watch the awards show. Okay. And just like I said before, anybody that entered this year is an official selection. You've got your laurels. I'm going to get ready to get the laurels out to the finalists. And then our next step is the winners. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please feel free to get a hold of us, info@jx3media.com.